Welcome. Welcome in. Good to see you there, Duke Donuts. Refraction, I'm sure you're probably asleep by now, but it's good to see you too. Alright, so let's see how quickly we can recap this thing. It's not a speed run, but I don't want to take too long because I got to stream later tonight and I don't want to wear myself out before that. So, I guess without further ado, we'll get started. Hello, it's good to see you there. Yeah, so we got ourselves a little bit of a recapping project to do with the MT-32. The reason I'm doing this, my MT-32, ever since I took it to PAX and had it playing for 3 days straight, basically, it hasn't sounded the same. And I'm not sure what the problem exactly is, but I figure recapping it is a good first step. Maybe that'll fix the problem. Maybe it won't. I don't have 4 of the capacitors, so we're going to do something else. Are you going to post my YouTube stream link on Discord? No, yeah, that's totally awesome. I appreciate sharing it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the feed. So yeah, I got myself all the other capacitors, just not 4 of them. There are 4 10 microfarad non-polar caps that I couldn't source locally. So I've ordered those from the internet and they should be here next week. And assuming that this doesn't fix the problem, I'll pop the lid off again and solder those 4 pieces in. You can see them over here on this screen, actually. You can, if it wasn't, there you go. So, C1, 11, 3, and 16 are the non-polar, bipolar caps that need to be replaced. I couldn't source those. I couldn't source substitution for it either, so I just decided I'll order them online, which has now been done, and now I have all these lovely caps that I need to put in place. Now, I think I've got 1 extra for every single cap that needs to go into this system. So, you know, if something goes wrong, hopefully not too wrong, I can sacrifice 1 cap if I do that. So, yeah, I'm not an expert, so don't assume that I know everything. If you want to give me some feedback, please do. But I'm going to try and get this done quickly. So I'm not going to spend too much time doing introduction or anything like that. We're just going to go in. We're going to replace basically everything that's not these 4 caps over here. And actually, I believe that those 4 caps, one or more of those caps could be the culprit for the problem I've been seeing, which is basically distortion or like peaking. Like basically when the MT-32 is turned to max volume at 100, which is, a lot of games will send a sysx command to the MT-32 saying, like, turn the volume to 100, please, which makes sense. And when this MT-32 goes to 100, it's kind of going past 100. And so you're getting all that high, everything's sort of getting compressed down and mashed together instead of, like, being a nice, even spread of stuff. There's, like, all this stuff that's, like, the ceiling is too low, basically. So it's like 100's here and the ceiling's here. So we need to put the ceiling back where it is. I don't know what how to solve that, other than I'm attacking the capacitors because I know how to replace capacitors. That's it. That's what we're doing. So yeah, hopefully that's enough of an explanation of why I'm approaching this. I spent the money to get the parts. They're all here, so might as well start using them, put them in. I would love to have the MT-32 back online before, like, well, before the stream tonight. Which means I've got, okay, it's 3:30, and I want to go on at 7:30, so it's a few hours. It's not that many hours, right? Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens. Pi, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your bot's efforts at posting the link automatically. I hadn't started the stream yet. It was like a bit preemptive. I hadn't actually launched the stream. I was just fiddling with it. Oh, I should I should flick over to the room view so you can see the. Here's the unit. I've just got the solder wick there. That's not much solder wick. There's not much in there. When I bought this, I thought that looking at the size of it, there would be a lot more in there than you can see. It feels like I got jibbed quite a lot, actually. I feel like I got ripped off a bit here. But yeah, that's what I've got. So first thing I'm gonna do, remove the board from the chassis. I already took the lid off, but I haven't actually touched any of the screws yet. Then we've got to remove the ribbon cables. We've got to remove these guys. We've got to remove this thing from the MOSFET. I can do that now, actually. Everything else looks pretty straightforward, so I think these ribbon cables are a bit awkward to work with. I don't know exactly how these ribbon cables work. They look weird to me. Oh, you can't see what I'm pointing at. These ribbon cables right here look weird to me. Everything else looks pretty straightforward, easy to deal with. So hopefully the caps, like if you can see the caps now, you might be able to notice that none of them look very particularly like they've leaked or that they've you know, bulged or anything like that. I don't see any blooges in there. So I'll start with these screws up the back. I think there's 3 or 4 of them at the back. There's one here, and then there's 2 at the front, I think. I'll get all those out of the way. And hopefully that's all I need to do. And I can get the board out once I remove all the rest of these cables. You know what? I should probably start with cables. I just changed my mind. I'm starting with the cables, get the cables off. Actually, I'm going to take a photograph. I'm sure I can source a picture, but I'll take a photograph of my unit just in case there's anything unique about the way mine's wired or anything like that. There you go. I have a photograph on my phone. And we'll get started. The music in the background is so quiet that I can't hear it. I don't know if it's stopped completely. It probably has. Let me just put it back on. There you go, now I can hear it. It's a bit quiet, but hopefully it doesn't come through the microphone, is my goal there. Alright, quickly, let's get going. Let's get going here. We'll start with this screw on the thing. I know I just said I would do the cables, but I'm just eager to get this board out, so we'll start with screws, I guess. I do have like a little parts bin here, which I've been putting screws in already, so I'll continue to do that with these ones. This screwdriver's not very good, it's just the one that I had quick access to. Is it broken? There's nothing actually, like, technically it works, but it doesn't work well enough. People have complained multiple times at this point, Pi, about this board, about the MT-32 sounding incorrect. And the explanations of what people have said, it sounds incorrect. The most frequent complaint I've heard is it sounds like something's missing. And what I think is actually happening is that they can't hear, possibly because of compression of the audio going over the network. They can't hear it because it's all mushed together, and because it's peaking too much. That's what I believe is the problem. That's what I believe is the problem. I don't know if that is the problem. Master Gregor, good to see ya. Eat the disc. Yes, eat the disc. Get fat. Good computer. Alright, last screw here. I've already heated up the soldering iron too, and I'm starting to smell that. I might turn it off for a bit here. Just let that cool a little bit while I, yeah, there we go. Alright. So, these ribbon cables, I don't know how they work, but let's just see if the board's ready to free. Oh, there's one more screw I missed on the back here. You can't quite see that, but right here. Sorry, Pi, I didn't read that message right away. Because my eyes are on the board, I don't have the chat right in front of me. I have to look up to look at the chat. What is going on here? I don't want to. Oh, there you go. I just want it to stay in. All right, I think that's everything. Yeah. Okay. I may need to undo these screws around the MIDI ports as well. Which you can't really see in the camera there, but they're right here. I'm gonna have to lift this up out of the way so I can access them, but trust me, you're not missing much. I'm just undoing some screws. There you go. That screw wasn't cooperating at first, but now it's fine. Got it. So, now the board should be easier to remove. Yeah, there you go. Okay, board's ready to go. So, we'll just start with the simple cables. I thought this would be simple, but... Oh, I was trying to remove it wrong. Okay. 1 second. Okay. You might not be able to see what I'm doing, I just realized. Sorry about that. Might be a good thing that you don't see what I'm doing, so nobody can call me on my terrible technique. But get these wires out of the way. Finding it hard to grip the there you go. The connector. Connectors are very small. Alright. Now these ribbon cables are the one that I was worried about. I don't know how to remove them. And I think these are to drive the screen. I think they're to drive the screen that's on the MT-32 at the front there. You can barely see it the way this is set up, but anyway, I think that's what these are for. So, I guess I'll just keep trying to remove it. It looks like it moves down. Yeah, it moves down. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't know if I'll be able to put it back in easily. These ends don't look amazing. Look at the flex on the board. I should try and get it back on its mounting. Wait, there you go. Oh, that was a lot easier, that one. When it's on its mounting point, it's a lot easier to move. Alright, so what recapping certain chips? So all of these big cylinders, these cylinders you can see, most of these cylinder-shaped things are going to be electrolytic capacitors, which I have purchased replacements for here. These are all different ones, so this is, if we look closer at it, you might be able to see the label on this one is a 1000 microfarad. The UF on there. If I hold this here, will it focus? Yes, this is a 1000 microfarad at 16 volts. So this is a capacitor. The shorter leg is the negative pole. The longer leg is the positive. So we're gonna put these into their spots where they belong. So there's 2 here for this size. These ones are just double check, but they look like the same. Yeah, so that's 1000 microfarad, 16 volt, and so are these 2 over here. So there's 4 of those I need to replace, and I have 5 of them here. You can see there's 4 in the bucket still, and I've got 1 in my hand. So we've got 5 of those to put in. Bit of digital teaching in school. Nice. So the board is now free to be worked on. I'm going to start just by removing capacitors. I'll start with, I guess, the bigger ones and work my way down. I suppose that's how I'll do it. I'm just going to turn the chassis upside down and use that as a work surface. It's not ideal, but hopefully that'll work okay for this purpose. It's going to be a bit shiny because there's a big light right there, like just here. I suppose I could try and dim it a bit, but oh wait, that's actually the reflection of the light behind me. I just realized I could turn the room light off. Don't really need it on. You know your XOR and your AND and your OR and all that, your flip-flops, good? Good. Alright. So yeah, we've got to identify those points. For these ones, I'll just start with that. So that looks like... I just got to double check, but I think I'm right. Looks like here. Which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, actually. Oh, it's double-sided. Yes, that does make sense. Okay, double-sided PCB. So it should be these 2 right here. If I'm incorrect, I'll be very annoyed though. So I better triple check. Oh, I was incorrect. I was incorrect. It is these 2 here, and that looks a bit more makes a bit more sense to me too. Looking at that, so these two pins and these two pins. You want to desolder those and remove them. So I guess we'll start with that. I'll power up the soldering iron and grab my solder wick. I have a flux pen around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. I'm gonna have another quick look for it. If I can locate that, it'll make life a little bit easier. Hey Stu, good to see you. Welcome in. Replacing op amps or the amp chip itself? I am just doing recapping. Is all I am doing. I don't have the technical know-how to know about replacing the amp chip or the op amp or what. So I know roughly where some of the things are on the board, but I tried reading the service manual, and I just didn't have the patience for it at the time. I decided recapping it's probably a bit faster, a fast thing that I can do now, and then I can try other stuff if that doesn't work, which it may not work, right? Not convinced recapping will fix, but might always worth a try on old audio gear. Yeah, that's the way I figured I'd approach it too. Is just like start with the thing. Like a lot of people say when you get new hardware, they're always like, "Oh, you should recap it," and I'm always like, "I'm not going to recap it unless there's a problem." This has a problem, so I'm going to recap it. Maybe it's not the problem, but hey, can't hurt, right? And that's the other thing. I did say this before, but none of the caps really, to me, look like they have an issue. Like, look at them all. They all like if it could stay focused for me, it would be nice. Please focus. Yeah, you can see. Oh my gosh. Went straight out of focus. You know what? I'm going to switch this camera to manual focus. There you go. So you can see on there, like none of those caps look like they're bulging to me. None of them. And that's just the ones you can see. Obviously, there's other ones here too that maybe these bipolar ones are bulging, but I don't see it. They look pretty okay to me. So I only recap stuff if in the main power path, and then there should be caps in the audio path. Other thing to note is some really old RAM on these boards sometimes goes out, but that's patch RAM. Okay. I don't think we're dealing with patch problems because it's pretty global as well. Like, seems to be everything sounds off at the moment. There's only like 4 or 5 things that you should maybe, should be like, maybe I should recap this right off. Yeah, I've never felt the desire to recap something immediately. So, and like I said, these all look great. Like if I opened it up and they looked bad, I would be maybe not going to do it. But, and I have no idea like what any of these caps are actually here for. The only ones that I'm pretty sure about are these bipolar caps, which I can't replace and I don't have them. These non-polar caps. I feel like those are probably for the output signal on these guys right here, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'm guessing correctly that these JRC, I don't even know. The 720 and 5,208. I haven't even looked them up. I'm just assuming that they're doing something with the output signal. They're the op amps? Yeah, that's what I assumed. And I assumed that these are maybe like something to do with the output signal. on them because they're bipolar. I assume they're like, you know, dealing with that output frequency, but I don't know. So maybe if I replace these caps when they arrive next week, that'll fix the problem. But otherwise, yeah, okay, if those are the op amps, then I can replace those. I can order parts to replace them too. There's seems to be 5 of them, but there's only 4 of these bipolar 10 microfarad. I think they're 1016. Let me check. Yeah, they're 1016, these ones. So, I don't know. Alright, well if these are the op amps here, and there's 5 of them, well, like this is like 720 7059, which is the same as these two, and this one's 5218 7713, and this is the same. So these two are the same, and these 3 are the same. I don't really know. Maybe these 2 are actually op amps, and these other ones are something else. Perhaps. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. Turbo Duo, PC Engine Duo, Game Gear, 3DO, Turbo Express, some NES variants, and Xbox clock caps. Xbox clock caps? Oh, okay. Well, that's something I can look at when I do the Xbox repairs stream. Alright, well, I think we've looked enough. I think it's time to actually try and do something. So I'm going to just remove these bigger caps right here. And I couldn't find that flux pen when I looked around for it. It's probably close at hand, but I just don't know exactly where it is. Alright. I'm reflowing the solder, but I'm not getting it off. The flux would really help. So much for doing this quickly. Also, I should get a chisel tip, but I can't be bothered changing the tip. Xbox OG Xbox clock cap tends to blow up. Oh, okay. I'm really not getting much of this solder off. I need to get I'm gonna see if I can find that flux pen. Oh. I just had to look a little harder. This is the, I'm holding it upside down. No clean flux in a pen! Which is hopefully going to be very convenient now. Yeah, it's working. Not as fast as I'd like, but it's working. So yeah, I've got all these, you saw all the Xboxes, right, Duke Donuts? You saw the Xbox collection in that, the OG Xbox collection that I had there. I want to work on those soon and, like, fix up as many problems as I can, and then move them on to someone else, because I only need to keep, like, 2 or 3 of them at most. I mean, 1's probably plenty, but I guess I can keep a spare or 2, right? Alright, that's still not coming off. I need more flux. There you go. Really should have changed the solder bit to the iron tip. How hot is this thing? Make it hotter. Interesting options for playing whole library all at once now. Yeah, okay. That's one thing I need to look into. I have never really looked into that side of thing. Like, always just go with like original hardware, original media is usually the way I go with things on the, especially older stuff. Well, this is going to take a lot longer than I hoped if I can't even get one cap off quickly. Give me a little trouble. I've turned up the iron and now it's like way hotter, but it's still not removing solder quicker. Let me check how much. I gotta hold this a bit close to my face in the light so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, it's removed a bunch of solder, but it's still not loose. I'm gonna try and just do it a little close so I can see what I'm doing. Maybe that'll help me remove it. Yeah, it was very close to being removed. I just couldn't see what I was doing. There's a little bit of solder left behind too. I didn't get it all. There's one cap. I'm not really used to trying to do this sort of thing on YouTube or on a stream at all, really. There's like a little bit of solder left in the original socket there. So anybody got any technique advice? Add some new solder and then remove it. That's a good advice. I'll try that. A brand new roll of solder here. Okay. Put some big beads of solder on there. Yeah, it didn't really work. It didn't really pull it all out. It did. Maybe it did help. I don't know. Maybe that's a technique thing I need to learn. That did. Yeah. Okay. That's good. All right. I think that'll work for the next one. All right. I'm just gonna try and get some more flux on this. Try and heat that up. Okay, it's hot. I guess I can try putting some more solder in. Get a bigger bead of it. A lot of solder. Okay, that's looking pretty clean. Probably a little bit on there still, but that's pretty good. Try this one. Sorry, it's not on camera. Having a bit of trouble with the visuals from my side of it. And I'm not going to try and, like, pilot my soldering iron by looking at a camera feed. That would be weird. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be recapping much of this board, to be honest. I'd probably be lucky if I get half of the caps removed, if that, in the next couple hours. Okay, that's working. It's working, just slowly. Alright. Just a little bit of solder in there. One of the legs is completely free and the other one just doesn't want to come off. There you go, it's moving now. Keep that hot, and I'll put this in. Yeah, it's not clear, but that's okay. The other two holes are clear, and I can work from that. Ah, I see. I see what the problem is. The solder's leaked through to the other side of the board on those ones, so that's why I couldn't get it out. The gravity took effect. You see what I'm doing? Barely. Okay, it's fine. Alright, that's got it. See through the holes now. Fantastic. Okay. That's two caps down. The other two of that size, which are these two here. The other two I need to remove. Over here. That's near the power, so I assume these are for power. I assume. Like, this is the input power socket, this is the power switch. I assume these two have something to do with power. Yeah. So it looks like here and here, these pins. I'll take care of that. Hey Treddy, it's gonna blow? Probably, yeah. Your MT-32 early Rev 0, yours is a late Rev 0. I have no headphones in mine, same ROM version. Yeah, mine has no headphones either. It's just this is a Rev 0, I know that much, which I think all the Rev 0s don't have the headphones, right? Decent sized ground plane, yeah, trying to remove from, so yeah, that makes sense. I did sort of suspect that too. I had this problem, I've dealt with this problem before as well with other stuff, like it just takes time to get the heat there where you want it. Okay. Let's go faster. Less precise, faster action. Try and get more done. If I don't screw something up. Alright. So those are all removed. Move on to the next size. Which I guess is these ones. Back here. That's the only two of that size. Which means it's... They should be 470 16 volt. I'll check that. Yes, that's what they are. So negative towards camera, negative towards me on these ones. We'll just go quick. No flux, just manual mechanical tension and a lot of heat. I'll probably regret it later on when I want to put the new ones in, but right now this is the fastest way to remove them. I don't apply heat as much on the pin as possible. There we go. Getting there. Since I dug my mag scrolls, yes, Legends games out. I think it's gonna be Text Adventure weekend. It sounds like a good weekend. You should totally do that. I was like looking at your boxes too. They look really good. They look so clean. That doesn't look nice. Maybe I should put some flux on. Alright, there's another one. Another one bites the dust. And like I said, like, most of these caps are probably okay. Most of the caps are probably fine. Just trying to get enough heat into this thing to, like, let the solder go. Once it's there. Sorry, it's not on camera, I apologize. I gotta manipulate the board into a position where I can actually do this. I should have gone for a wider shot, but I didn't want to go too wide because I want you to be able to see what's going on the board. I can't have it both ways, I guess. Another one of those. So these are, you can see the 470 16 volt. Please focus. Oh wait, I haven't got on autofocus anymore. I have to enable autofocus if I want that to work. Anyway, whatever. Next size should be these guys, which are there's most of this size, I think. There's like there's 1, 2, should be 6, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And they are, let's see, be these should be the same. And that should be 16 volts, 100 microfarad. I'll just check that on the board. 100 microfarad, 16 volt. You won't be able to see it. I don't know if I can even hold it on an angle that you can see it at all. There's a lot of light. But anyway. Oh, maybe this one will work. There you go. 100 UF 16 volt. And I don't know what these are for at all. No clue. Oh wow. Gotta be more careful with the soldering iron. Waving it around like that. There's no Discord alert that I'm live on YouTube. There is, it's in a different channel though. It went into the YouTube, the movie and video channel on Discord. I apologize, it went there. I didn't know it would work for going live on live streams. But yeah, all right. Let's quickly just remove all these. So there's like 6 of those to remove. If we do it, if I do it quickly. I think it's these 2 pins. Yeah, it is. Okay. They're like awkwardly inserted too. That. No, that's the 1 microfarad 50 volt. I don't want to replace that right now. I mean, I don't want to take that one off right now. That's 22. Where are the, I guess they're all over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? Here, I think. Yeah, okay. Alright. Sorry, it's this one. I have a plan of the board in front of me too, which I could be looking at. But they're labeled with names on this. They're named here, and then I have to go look at this tab to see what they're like and identify which one it is. I think it would have been easy for them to just write. Like, the board's not that crowded. They could probably have just written what the thing is there anyway. Anyway, it's fine. I just have to, like, look. It'd be nice if they just had, like, 100 UF on all the ones that are 100. So, like, C77, which is like, yeah, that's 100. C64, 48, 47, 46... and 42. So these guys. There's 47. Oh, right there. That's 42. There's 64, which is the one I identified here. Oh, that you can't see because I don't have that on the screen right now. It's midnight? No worries, no worries. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the good luck. I will need it. I better hurry, actually. If I'm going to get this done, I better hurry. Let me flick this back over to the right view for you to see all of the mess that I'm making of this board. Alright, so the next cap is right here. Just going to remove that. I could probably have been removing and placing caps in one hit instead of remove all of it and then replace all of it. I decided to do it this way because I thought it might be faster. You know, to work through it that way. Man, the flux would really help here, but this is also... I'm just doing it quickly. I'm not doing it nicely, I'm doing it quickly. And I'll pay for it in the back end, I'm sure, but... we'll see. What is that one? That's a 22, 16 volt. Okay. So I got these 4 over this side to move, and that's it. These 2 here and these 2 here. So I'll just start with them, I guess. Alright, what's the orientation of these things? Let's see. Right. Okay. So I think it goes this way, and then these other 2 are... Actually, I think it's this one and this one. But I'll double check that before I get to them. I don't want to desolder something I didn't mean to. So just going to start on the ground again. And flip over to the other side. which is a lot easier because there's a lot less material to heat up these ones. Really should have changed out the bit. It would have been a lot more convenient to work on this like that. Would be faster if I stopped talking. Yeah, but if I don't talk, then what are you gonna do? You just like watch me messing, fumbling with this stuff, unexplained, and wonder what the heck I'm doing. I just really want this thing back in action as quickly as possible as well, because I like listening to it. It's fantastic. It's just unfortunate that it overdoes it when it's turned up. I realize you probably can't see what I'm doing. I looked up at the camera. It was a bad idea. I was trying to see what it looks like up there, and it slipped in my hand. Luckily, nothing bad happened. A little bit more heat in here. Really don't want it. What is on the other side of this? Some massive... Yeah, that's pretty chunky. I reckon. This poor board. I'm rushing and it's not looking as nice as it used to look. Well, let me just double check I got the right pins before I flux it up. I don't want to flux anything up. I think these pins are spread a little wider than I expected. Okay, iron's getting a bit cold. Even though I had it turned up, it's still getting a bit cold. So these ground plates are huge. Where did the piece go that I was about to do? Is this piece here, right? Yeah. You can barely see what I'm doing, can't you? Okay, sorry about that. Alright. So that should be all of those parts. Have a quick count and see. Should be 6 of them. I didn't really organize them, but it looks like there's 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right, quick assessment of what's next. Those are the 100s, and if I was going to continue counting down, the next... Oh, you know what? I think we skipped the... Did we skip the 470s, or did I already get 470s? I think I did. These are the 470s here, right? Yeah, okay. Oops. 470s are fine. So then, next one after 100 is 47, I think. We're going to go for 47 next. They're 47th, 16s still. And they are C-32. And... Wait, there's not two of them, there's just one of them? Okay, it's just C-32. Which is... Where is C-32? Oh, okay. It's right over here. C-32 is this one right here. I'll start taking care of that. I know you have to pick on me sometimes, Freddy. I understand. It's all good, mate. It's all good. Alright. Just letting it get as hot as I can before I start putting any mechanical pressure on it. I don't want to lift any tracks or anything like that. Bob was manufactured in 87 originally. I don't know what year this particular model is. Might even say it on there somewhere. This is an MT-32 main board ASCII, and then that model number. That probably has some. You could probably identify what year it is from that, I guess. Anyway, that's the 47. So I think the next level down is all the 22s, and there should be 4 of them, I think. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's the 1UFs left over. So that should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I see more on here than... Oh wait, no, yeah. So these ones here are, I keep forgetting, these ones are the bipolars. All the non-polar ones, these ones. So it's 1, 2, 3 here, and 4 must be this one up here in the front, I think. What is that? I can't read it. Oh, no, that's 1UF50. This one here is 1UF50, so this one here must be 22. So 22, 22, 22, 22. Those ones I need to remove next. And then we'll do the ones. Alright. Let's be quick. But not too quick so as to cause damage. We don't want to damage any tracers. It's gonna take forever, this one. Flux on there. Wow. It's gonna take a while. Everything's getting hot around here, and it's still not melting that solder. I might try the trick of adding some fresh solder. Oops, what was I trying to do? Cause some problems here in a second. A bit distracted trying to talk and do this at the same time. Maybe Treddy's right, I should just stop talking. Okay, that's melted, but there must be more solder on the other side of the hole that's holding it in. I'll just have to leave it on the pin for a bit longer. Also, the pin's also bent in a weird way, so... Yeah. Alright, it's coming loose now. Yeah, it's loose now. It's fine. I just have to get the other side again. There you go. Man, that looks gross. This one actually does look like it might be a problem. I think the through hole component is gone. The actual hole is damaged. That sucks. I'll have to be careful with that when I put it back in. Make sure I get it on there properly. So this part right here. That's annoying. That's what you get for rushing though, I guess. I can fix it, but it's gonna be a pain. Just want to make a note, but I don't have a pencil. Hey Nukem, good to see ya. Is the audio cable out of your mixer known good? I don't know about that, but it definitely, like, I can show you the Audacity recording of it. Was 2 channels working. I can't demonstrate right now because it's not plugged in. Obviously, it's on the desk in front of me, all in parts, and slightly damaged. Well, it's got a lot of capacitors missing. How do I do this? Where did I leave the files? This is it in Audacity with both channels. You can see that it's got 2 channels there. Yeah. I don't think that they're different. Like, I think the amplitude looks pretty close to the same on both of these Nukem. I would say probably not the case, but it's possible. Alright, I need to do something about this through hole though. That kind of sucks. I'll be able to fix that. It's just gonna be a pain. All right. Be a bit more. I'll be quick but gentle. I'll be quick but gentle now. Now that I've done that. Actually, it looks like a lot of these have similar size traces to deal with, so. I just realized I'm not on the right view. Good to see you though, Nukem. Hope you're having a good day. I'm trying to work out what the heck's going on with, I just decided recapping it was like the best approach that I could take, like early on. Okay. I was just checking a couple of things in the notes there that make sure I got it all right. A few pieces of like errant solder that have dropped onto the surface there. Okay, so should be nice and hot now. Okay, that went a lot cleaner than the last one. Just gave it a lot more time before I started applying any pressure after the solder melted. Which I'm going to try and do again here, but such a big, yeah. Okay, it's moving. I should be able to just lever it out without causing damage. Yeah, that went much cleaner. Okay. Yeah, it could. I mean, maybe there was something to what you're saying, Nukem, as well. Like, I don't know. There could be like a there could be something to that. I don't know if the autofocus is working or not. I'm gonna get some more flux on this one. Just don't want to damage any through holes like more than I have. Oh, that's the wrong. Try adding a little bit more solder again. I just don't want to damage these through holes. All right. This component's getting very hot to touch. Let me clean this off. There we go. Waiting for it to heat up. There's a little bit more flux. on here? I think it's hooked onto something. Have a closer look in front of my face, sorry. Okay. There was a whole lot of solder on there, but it's fine. Nothing else came out that wasn't supposed to, so that's good. Alright. Last one of that size is over here. Right here. And it has the tiniest little traces on. If I damage this, I can just use a jumper to fix it, it'll be fine. I'd rather not, but I'm just saying. Sorry about the angles and everything today. This is my first time trying to do a soldering video on YouTube. When I've done them on the Discord, it's usually just been like a quick, like, I'll just quickly try and do something. I tried to set this up nicer. I spent more time on this setup. And Duke Donuts helpfully came in and gave me some tips on like camera angles and stuff, which actually helped, I thought. Okay. Yes, I mentioned that you helped me with the camera angles here, and I'm not really serving the camera angles very well, am I? There's so much solder on these things, it's ridiculous. I think I've got a couple of minor repairs I'll have to make to the board before before it's gonna work properly again as well, which is kind of annoying. Just checking the board traces out where I remove these caps just to make sure they're not too bad. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Alright. Last two capacitors to remove today are the 1 UF, 1 microfarad, 50 volt capacitors. It looks like both of them only have traces on the other side, although this one is caked with solder on this side. Annoying. I'm gonna remove that first. Hold on. Who's that? Hey there. What do you want? Okay. Alright, well don't come in. I'm on stream, okay? I'll come out and have a look at you in a minute, okay? Alright. Save, Master Gregor? Yeah, I should totally save. I should have saved before I started, and then I could restore. Once I learnt where all the parts were that I wanted to do and how to deal with them, and then I wouldn't have any problems at all to deal with. Trying to get rid of this solder glob on this side of the board so I don't have to heat the whole side up. Okay. I'm actually not sure which pins I'm supposed to be looking at here. I think it's these two. This does look like it's supposed to be those two. There's a ton of solder on this one. Okay. Try not to hold the hot part of the soldering iron. It's tempting. Next time, Master Girl? Yeah, next time, that's right. Okay. I'm so close. I just gotta be gentle. I've just gotta be gentle. Don't rush it. Nice. There we go. This piece is very hot, but that's the 50 volt 1 microfarad. Well, that's part 1. I got to find part 2, which, if I remember correctly, is right here. So it should be on this side of the board. Oh, geez. Like right. I think it's it's right in the center of this whole like mass of tracks right here. Very nice. You can clean there too. Okay. That's all the caps removed. So, I guess now I gotta check the clock and see how long I have. I've gotta eat food tonight. I don't want to miss my dinner again. This took a little longer than I thought it would. But that's okay. So to recap this, go from small to large, none of the large pieces should get in the way of the small pieces. So these ones are the, I don't know if that'll come through on the camera. These are the 51 microfarad. They're a bit nicer than the ones we took out, actually. Gee, my hands look so dry in the camera. My fingertips. Anyway, dry skin will do that to you. Okay. So these have to go back in where I just removed them. I'm just going to keep the list in front of me here. So it's C34 and C76. Just want to make sure I don't put it in the wrong place, you know. Wait, did I get that wrong? It should be C77, shouldn't it? No, C76 is right. So that's 50. And C34. I've got the thing in front of me that you can't see it. Let me just bring this up so you can see it. This is C76 here. And, yes, okay. And 34 is down this way, which that adds up. It adds up with what I can see here. So I need to clear those holes to be able to insert the these legs for these guys. So, and I also need to make sure I get the polarity correct, which it's pretty clearly marked on the diagram that you're looking at, but also pretty clearly marked on the board. So I think that'll be a problem. Main thing is just getting those screw holes clear. I think I'll work on that now. Almost clicked on the wrong source then, and it would have been very weird. The source I was about to click on. All right. So this is a C34 here, and I'm just gonna flux it up. Where I need it to go, or I need to clear it, and I'm just going to try and use this to clear it. Hold on, Dave! There you go. There you go. Alright, clear, good. On the other side. Let's see if I can get the other side clear. It's a bit harder to pinpoint this one, actually. Not quite clear, but now it is. Alright. I want to check with my eyeball, make sure the through holes are still in place. I suppose I can check the legs of the capacitors I removed. I can see there's two that have like too much junk on there, and I reckon those are the two that I identified already as maybe I damaged the through hole, which it looks like I have. And just those are both 22s though. That one's fine. That's 150 fine, and the other one, that's it. No, that's a 47. Well, 47's fine as well. There's the other one. That one's also fine. So these two are fine. I don't need to do any extra work on these. Just need to clear them and put the piece in. One near the CPU, or not CPU, the one near the Roland. I don't know what this component is, but it's a Roland chip. That's all I know. It's going to be a bit harder to clear, I think. It shouldn't be too bad though. There's a lot of solder in there. I'll keep these two aside so I can check them later. So, just flip this over so I can see where I'm going to look at again. Right here, I'm going to clean up. Wish I could stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. That'd be nice. Not to have to split the streams across, but you know, I like doing these ones here, like these less formal streams. YouTube's a good place for this format, I think. Good. There you go. Clear and just get some heat on there first. It's not quite clear. Seems like the solder's sitting on the other side of the board though. Sorry you're looking at the top of my head mostly in that face cam. I should have thought of that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Clear and clean. Nice. Alright. So we can put these guys in now. I'm going to check the diagram a couple of times before I actually do this. You can't do the toss. Yeah, that's right. It's so stupid. It would have been good if they did that. Where you would build both platforms on one. Yeah, that's right. Stare at the bald spot. Yeah, I can't see it because every time I look down, I can't see. So I assume it's just where my hair meets in the back there. I assume I don't have an actual bald spot. I'll have to start shaving my head like other people I know. Alright, very nice. Good. I know you can't see what I'm doing at the moment, but I need to actually grab some pliers. It's going to help with this step. So. Well, that was foolish. There you go. Should have been a little bit careful of moving. Alright. Time to get out of bed and ready for work, Master Gregor? No! Not work! Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's do this. We can solder that in a minute. We'll get the other one in. The other 50. Where do I leave it? Seriously, where did I put it down? Oh, it's right there. Right in front of me. Here's the other one. I got one spare of basically each capacity. So, each capacitor. So these ones are spares. Too bad I don't have a spare MT-32. I wouldn't even need to do this whole project. Next time I should just buy spares of everything. Next time I buy equipment, I'll just buy a spare. And then if something goes wrong, I can just use the spare instead of repairing it. Alright, this one goes down this side. Right here in front of where it says MT-32 that you can't see. Right here. So, in the negative is the one with the circle on it. But I will double check before I solder this in, and just before I even push it all the way through. I'm just gonna look at the page and make sure, yeah, that the orientation is correct. Okay. And then we're gonna pull those legs through. I'm sure I have better pliers somewhere, but these ones are fine. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Alright. So I should be able to solder these guys in now. And that's 2 caps that we will have recapped, which would be nice to be on the way to having these things done. Might as well. Use a little bit of flux in there too. Okay. Alright, I think that looks okay. I'm gonna just double check that a bit closer with my eyes. Alright, that's all went all the way through. That's good. And this one looks like it went all the way through as well. But there's no shorts that I can see, so that's great. Very good. It's not A+ soldering, but it's like... it's soldering. It did the trick, right? Need another little bin. I always think that I should set one up, and then I don't, and then I get to the point where I'm like, I could use that little bin, and it's not there. I think I should have set it up. I'm too impatient to go and get one. Even though it's like literally right behind me. Yeah, that's... Let me just check that out closer. Yeah, that's good. That's good. No short. That's great. Very nice. We've recapped 2 out of how many components? Let's see. I'm just looking at the graph now. 2 out of 1, 2. Hang on. Let me highlight the ones I'm actually replacing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right, so we've done like 1/10 of what we need to do. It's going to take a bit longer to do this whole board, and I don't think I'll be able to do it all today. But I'll do what I can. C40 should be the 470, which is the... Oh wait, no, we've got to do the 22s first. And the 22s are the most numerous. There should be 6 of them, I think. Alright, let me check the thing again. 22. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 4 of them. Okay, and I have 4 components here. Well, actually, before I set that up, I need to do the cleaning, the through-hole cleaning, and also these are the ones that I have had some damage. That I want to just inspect a lot closer and make sure that I'm not like boning myself with this too soon. I need to like be careful there. So I'll inspect each of them. So C35, 36, 38, and 70. 5, 36, 38, 70. So 70 is one of the ones that I had some trouble with, I think. And it does look like I'm going to have to do something about that. Fortunately, it's something I could jump, I think, very easily. And let's see, 35. It should be that one. Five looks sus. I think that was the one that I was suspicious of when I did it. 36 looks dirty, but it looks like it's all still there. Should be okay. Another one that's easily jumped if there is a problem. I can check continuity before I put something in, actually. Probably I'll do for each of these before I put these ones in. So that would be 35 and 38. 36 looks good. I don't think I'm worried about that at all. Good luck with the stream. I'll be off here. Yeah, no worries. I'll see you soon, Master Area. See you soon. New parts the way to go sometimes? Yeah. I mean, I've got all new components. It's just the through holes. So the part that goes like... I'm not an electrical engineer or anything. Hang on. I've got a prop, actually. I don't think any of these are the right size. Actually, these ones... No, they're too big, I think, as well. I'll check. Maybe I've got some. Maybe I've got some. But anyway, for the PCB, You probably already know this, Treddy, but for the PCB, the through holes that look like this, which is not... Go and hold it on. So these are like the through holes, right? And there's like 2 halves of them. I think these are too big. For these through holes. But anyway, I don't think I've got anything quite that small. But yeah, some of those through holes got lifted out, which happens when they get like too hot. But they were getting too hot because it was very hard to remove the ground plate side, and so they got too hot and got lifted out in some of these spots, which is this one here is one of those spots. It looks like it's missing. I don't know if you can tell. If I hold it close enough, it might focus. See that hole there? It's like really dirty looking, and it doesn't seem to have like a top part to it. That's because the through hole I think is gone. Doesn't have to have one though, because there's nothing on the other side of the board to connect to. So it just needs I just need to connect the end down here. So I could do put the pin through here and solder onto the other pin, and let that be a like the connection on this side's fine, on the ground side's fine, and then I can bend the pin over and connect it to this one. So I don't even, like, that would work fine, I think, I suspect. That's probably what I'll do actually for that one. The other one that lifted out is this one here. You can see that one, it's got like a lot of bubbling around it, so it got like very hot, I think. The trace, you can see it just goes over to this pin here, so I could just probably run I can probably run the leg through over to there as well, actually. I mean, it's not like it's going to short on any of these other pieces, I don't think. Yeah. That'll be fine. And that's C70. Yeah, so I think I'll do that one first, because that one's like the most complicated operation. So just double check that I got the right part here. This 22 microfarad, 16 volt. Is this one? If the leg's long enough, I could do that, but I don't know if it is. We'll see. It needs to go from there to there. And the leg itself would go that long. Yeah, I think this will work. It doesn't matter if it's the... Okay, so the other hole needs to be cleared. Yeah, alright. I'm okay with that. I know it's not ideal, but sometimes you screw up. You just have to move on. Sometimes I screw up and I just have to move on. Another trip to JCar. Yeah, I don't think JCar stock the through holes. I've always had to order those parts on AliExpress or eBay or something. And it's also, you have to like to replace the through hole, you have to also make sure it's got good conductivity between it and the trace it's supposed to connect to. So you have to like scratch the PCB coating so you can make a connection. It's a bit of a pain. It's not ideal. It's not something you want to do. I will probably be doing that with the damaged NES that we looked at last week. Because that arrived to me with somebody had like really viciously damaged that thing when they were trying to service it for whatever. I don't know what they were trying to do. I can't understand what they were attempting to do to it. I assume they were trying to like repair something, but I don't know. Need some more flux in here because it's not really working for me at the moment. This whole thing here is just so large, sucking all the heat out, and the solder is not getting a chance to melt. I'm just gonna try and leave that in place, actually. I'm just gonna move on. I don't want to take forever doing this, so... Where did my component go? I put it here in front of me. Okay. That was C70 I was trying to work on, and... It is the positive leg, which is the longer one anyway. That needed the extra attention. Sorry, I've got to hold this in a weird way so I can just force this to work for me. It's grounded on both sides, which just makes it extra hard to heat all the way through and clear. Cool. Part 1 complete. A bit of a hack job here, but I don't mind too much. Okay, so I'm just gonna like try to go between these other pins like that and bend it right at the right spot to connect with its target there. Trying to do this on camera is more tricky than trying to do it by just holding it up in front of my face like I normally would. Alright. You can see that will sit there and solder onto that pin on the end where it's supposed to be going to. And this one can just solder in on the other side. And that should not cause any problems. Shouldn't. Alright. A bit of flux on there, on the old solder as well. Okay, so this is the part over here that I'm working on. I'll try and move it a little bit more centered. It's a lot of solder, but I'd rather make a good connection for sure over there. This side, probably I should have fluxed up as well. Check the other side. I think I put in a ton of solder, so it should have gotten through, right through to the other side where it's trying to hit the other ground plane as well. But it didn't. It's there. It's there. It's just not through. I'll add some more on this side just to be sure. Okay, we lost a little bit of a mess here. I don't know if it's on camera. It's like just on the edge of the camera there, but yeah, I made a little mess. It's fine. Right, let me check. Okay. I'm pretty sure that worked. Let me have a closer look again. Yes. Maybe not quite as much as I want to get on there, but that's on there. The other side, just checking again, is very well, very well done. It's probably a little bit too much solder, but hey, I think I'm going to lose points for that. Okay, and the other problematic one, put this around the right way so I can see it, was 35, and it's got no problems on this side, doesn't really matter, and on this side it's very close to the pin it wants to bridge to anyway, so I'm not too worried about it either. Again, like the massive amount of, like this trace that's like a huge big block that's for grounding, it's on both sides, so it's going to be really hard to clear that hole again. I'll try. I'll still try. Oops. I didn't just click on something. I dropped my clippers on the mouse. On the computer mouse. Alright. So much easier to make a new circuit board than it is to, like, do component swaps. Alright, I am not getting anywhere with that. Again. Alright, I can see light through it now. Hopefully, a little bit unorthodox method, but hopefully it works well enough. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll be good enough, I hope. Alright. So this one is another one that I need to be careful of. It's like another one that has damage, so yeah. Oh, Pi, good to see you. Stop Eldorado now, or maybe it's not fitting this stream while you're soldering. Yeah, probably not. I should add some sound commands to YouTube, but the thing that I use to trigger sound commands only works with Twitch chat. Double check. I'm on the right thing here. The C35. T35 negative side, that side. Cool. Sorry I didn't notice messages right away either, Pi. Oh, man. This is like, I would have done this by myself, but I would have gotten bored and gone and done something else if I wasn't streaming. You know how it is. Mixed Up are working on YouTube extension. Yeah, they are. I talked to them about it, and they asked me to join the beta, but I didn't want to do it right away, so I haven't done it yet. The hole that I thought was wide enough is like not quite wide enough, I don't think, so. I have to try and do the same thing as I did last time, which is to heat it and pass it through the hole while it's hot. Oh. Put this down before I burn my hand with it or something. Okay. And I will flux that again. That's... let me check. Okay, yeah. That's alright. Good. It's not shorted. I thought it might be a bit shorted there, but it's not. And once again, I need to get some solder on the other side. Probably can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Already started. You just have to see the results. This part right here. Can't really see it in the light, but it's looking pretty good actually. Definitely got no shorts, although I was worried for a second there that I might have seen the short, but it's definitely not. Very clear actually, lots of clearance. Let's clip these legs off now. I lost one of the legs. I'll probably step on it sometime and get a nice bloody foot from it, but hey. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it'll work for now. I can always come back at this again, cleaned up, if I find some of the right size through-hole replacement parts. Alright. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 components out of 20-ish. So... what time is it? 5:30. I should probably come back and do the rest of this later. I might do this on the Discord rather than doing it on the YouTube. I just wanted to have some new content on here while I'm still working on other stuff, but yeah, I'm probably going to do this on Discord like tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I'm going to be joining Audium Havoc on his podcast stream thing, the new show. And, oh, MacLad's here. Hey, MacLad, good to see you. I was browsing YouTube on your TV, and I looked what live channel got suggested. Big screen, like, hey, look at me. I'm so big on the big screen. Look, I'm huge. Doing a little bit of soldering here, MacLad. Sorry I missed your initial message. I'm very slow at reading the chat. I apologize. There's also no timestamps on the YouTube chat. Yeah, Havoc new show hype. That's the one, MacLad. Do you have any advice for me going on to the new show? I'm looking forward to having a chat with Havoc though. It's been a while since I've actually just sat down and chatted with him. We've both been busy. You can turn it on? Oh. I guess I just need to learn about how to use YouTube chat. Yeah, I'm repairing the MT-32. And by repairing, I mean I'm bodging it, because... Well, all I'm trying to do is capacitor replacements at the moment. I replaced 4 of the capacitors out of, like, 20 odd that I wanted to replace. These 4 over here, these 4 right here, are they need to be replaced as well. But I've ordered those ones, so I couldn't source them locally, unfortunately. Bring water and adult beverages too, huh? Okay, I'm gonna be on like from midday my time zone until like about 5 p.m. Like about this time. According to what I talked to Havoc about. Actually, maybe an hour later, than half an hour or so later than now. So yeah, we'll see. But I will be on the new show. I'll be announcing that tonight on my channel as well, but on Twitch when I get on the stream. I'm probably not going to talk as much tonight on Twitch because my throat has been giving me a lot of trouble. I think I've got a cold. I felt very lethargic today. But yeah, we've got a couple of bodges on this board, and I'm very unhappy about that. I will come back and clean those up at some point. I'll make this board like it was new before long. I'll take care of that and make sure it's correct. But these bodges are totally not that bad. And I was rushing, and I was having a lot of trouble with the heat. I was having a lot of trouble getting the right amount of heat in there, and the flux wasn't helping. I did try and apply flux to most of those ones that were giving me trouble, but they just didn't work. I got to do some proper PCB repairs as well. Which I'm comfortable with that. It's like anything where I have to analyze the logic or something like that, I have no idea what I'm talking about. with that, but I'm comfortable with putting new through holes in. Yeah, this is going to be fine. I'll do the rest of these capacitors on the Discord, I think, rather than trying to do it all live on YouTube, because it's probably like another hour-long video. Actually, this is a question for people who watch YouTube. Should I do it on YouTube so that people can see the conclusion and I'll test the board and prove that it works and all that sort of stuff? I suppose I should. I was hoping to have this ready for the stream tonight, but I'm not going to have time for the stream tonight, so... Typing on an iPhone is awful, MacLad, absolutely. Probably catch audio only on... yeah, not a problem, MacLad, I understand. There's a lot. You can't obviously be awake all the time watching everything. You'll be here, awesome. Alright, yeah, I think that's all I have time for, unfortunately. I was hoping to do a lot more work on this thing. Like, get it finished, basically. But I didn't get it finished, and that's because I bit off more than I could chew, probably, is probably the truth of it. I'm gonna clean these through holes out properly as well. I'll take more time. If I wasn't rushing, this would have been a really nice, smooth project, but it would have taken me, like, another... to get to this point, I would have taken another, like, hour or two to be really meticulous about cleaning those through holes out carefully. But that's what you pay. That's the price I pay for rushing. I knew that was likely to happen. So, as far as I'm concerned, it was pretty successful, considering it could have been a lot worse. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm gonna wrap it up. Go and eat. That's right. Should do whatever I feel is best, Pi. Oh, okay. I just constantly stream forever. I used to stream when I started streaming on Twitch. I streamed 9 times a week. Now I stream a lot less times a week. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this back in here. I'm not gonna screw it down, I don't think. I'll just leave it like that. These are all the caps that I pulled out, and the screws are in there too. These are all the caps I need to put back in. Well, no, actually, there's extras here, so that's more than all the caps I need to put back in. There's like 1 extra cap per type, so. But I'll have this sorted out soon enough, and hopefully we'll be listening to nice MT-32 tunes and hopefully it's all fixed. What I'll do next time, when the next batch of parts come to replace these capacitors, these non-polar capacitors, bipolar, whatever you want to call them. Once I've dealt with them, I will know that I have done everything that I need to do. So yeah, once those arrive, that's everything I can do in terms of capacitor replacements. Once they're done, and everything else will be done at that point too, I will check the board out and see what it sounds like, and hopefully it sounds better. If it doesn't, the next thing I'm going to tackle is these components here. There's these little chips. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I'll see if they're easy to source replacements for, first of all. If they're not easy to source replacements for, I might just avoid trying to fix those and look at other potential places on the board that I might be able to replace chips. But those ones would be pretty straightforward to replace. If they're easy enough to source and not too expensive, I'll get them and we'll replace those as well. Doing that, hopefully that'll fix the problem. I suspect, like just a gut feeling, I suspect the problem is actually up here. The problem that I'm dealing with is actually in, because these are the outputs here. These are the preamps, and these are the caps. I'm sure that these caps are for the output somehow, in some regard. I don't know if they're to do with the amplifying or if they're some other, they do serve some other function. Probably they serve some other function, maybe some kind of like a line, a filtering sort of thing or something like that. Looking up capture devices, Roland apparently makes higher end one. Tea with honey is a great idea. I will do that, MacLad. Thank you for the suggestion. I will do that. What do you mean by capture devices? like video capture or audio capture? Anyway, these guys are all need to be sorted out. Oh, video capture? Roland make a video capture device? That's interesting. Yeah, so this is the part of the board that I'm going to tackle though when I get everything else sorted out. These guys and then those preamps if their board isn't working. And that's thanks to Bloody Cactus, the identifying the preamps for me. I just haven't read all the documentation on this yet. I was like, I'll replace the capacitors because it's an easy job and it's pretty hard to screw up completely. So I think it'll be fine. I think the two that I like overheated and the through-hole components like lifted out, they're fine now. Those are done and they're okay. I'm sure of that. So everything else is just going to be a straightforward operation of like putting stuff through the hole. Obviously I'll have to clear the holes, but that shouldn't be too hard if I'm not trying to show it to camera. I should be able to clear them pretty easily. And then we'll have everything sorted out and this thing will come back to life. And we'll see what it sounds like when it's done. For now, I do have the SC55 Mark II, and I can emulate, I can turn that into MT-32 emulation mode, and hopefully it works fine. Or fine enough for the cases that I'm going to be using it for. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that, I believe. Like $200? Do you have a link? We could take a quick look at it before I go offline. Look up UVC01. I am curious. Let's have a look. UVC-01 Roland. USB video capture device Roland Pro AV. In aux and in HDMI. Output is through the USB stream, I guess. Plug and play for flawless recordings and live streams. For online content creators, musicians, gamers, and gamers to businesses, schools. Okay, yeah, a lot of people could use this. With UVC01, it's never been easier to add high-quality live streaming capabilities to your Roland V series. Video switcher. I don't have a Roland V series video switcher. Wow. Looks pretty straightforward. I already have a Live Gamer Mini. Elgato Live Gamer Mini, or whatever it's called. It's around here next to me somewhere, amongst all the cables that are next to me. But yeah, okay, this is interesting. Interesting. Obviously, it's only for HDMI though, which kind of limits its usefulness to retro streaming. But it's not too bad. Alright. I'm going to clean up here, get some food, sort things out. Oh, you're hating your HD 60S right now. Let me check out the HD 60S. Oh, this is an Elgato capture as well. Okay. What's the difference between this and like a Live Gamer Mini? Like, I have no idea. Oh wait, this is AverMedia. I keep thinking it's Elgato for some reason. It's a completely different people. This has worked pretty good for me so far. For what I use it for. I use it when I'm trying to capture retro consoles. I go through that. I go through the RetroTink 2X Pro, or whatever it's called, and then into this thing, and then into my PC. It does obviously add some latency going through both of those things, but I've been playing Clock okay with it. I played Micro Mages okay with it. I don't really notice too much latency. There is some. It's noticeable, but it's not like terrible. If I got really annoyed with that, I could split the signal into a CRT and then just play off the CRT, and then the capture can just be separate to what I'm actually seeing. Elgato limits resolutions. Yeah. That's why I go through the the RetroTink, because that just outputs to like standard HDMI sort of standards. If you really want to capture like anything, like you could talk to Duke Donuts to get more intel on this. But I've got one as well, a E1S. Oh, sorry, not E1S. It is the E1S, but data path vision. You'll have to go second hand for this though, because they're too expensive new. The data path vision, and you can just capture. You can capture basically anything with this. Like, it captures my Atari ST, and it's the only thing that I've got that will capture Atari ST. Elgato hardware supports lower resolutions, but software prevents it. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, RetroTinks are great for getting the signal converted up to HDMI, and then you can capture from that. But you can just bypass that altogether and go direct into this device, and then... you basically just need to adapt whatever your outputs are on your console or computer to this thing, which you can like look at the pinouts, the correct pinouts for this to set that up. The problem is sourcing cables or making cables, and I've run into that problem of like, I just don't know how to get my signal into the thing, so that's why I'm going currently through the RetroTink and Live Gamer Mini. I go through that. And then I don't, like, I could just go through this for everything. I do for all my PC gaming and all my Atari ST gaming. I can capture through this. I just don't have all the right cables I need to capture other stuff, but it totally can manage it, and it's very good too. It's quite powerful device. Yeah, the data path vision devices, but they're very expensive to get new. If you want to buy them new, they're way too expensive. But if you can get them second hand, they're often quite cheap. You just gotta make sure you're getting the right one as well, because they do have various devices that aren't quite the same. Anyway, that's enough about that. I better get moving, otherwise I won't have time to eat before the stream tonight. I will say goodnight now. Thank you very much for being here for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes with me while I fumble my way through recapping the MT-32. I will finish recapping it. If I was like a proper YouTuber, I would have like recorded the video, edited it, uploaded it, and made myself look really good. But this is all live, so I don't make myself look really good. Just whatever happens, happens. And I'm okay with that. I'll see you next time, everybody. I'll be back on YouTube probably in a week or two with more. More. You don't have to say no. I'm going to be back on Treddy. I'll be back. I'm going to be back on Twitch in like less than 2 hours. I'll be back on Twitch, so don't worry. Hey Pi, thank you. Just want an easy VGA to HDMI. Yeah, easy VGA to HDMI is less easy than it sounds like. But yeah, it should be. It's one of those things that should be easy. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I am actually getting hungry now. I've thought about food. I'm hungry, so I will talk to you all later. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for supporting me here on YouTube. I hope you had a fun time. And I'll see you later. Good night.